So stance. The truth is, for most people out there, it's not gonna matter.
Full guard anyway.
Full guard anyway, or you're not gonna get to a level where like you're like so sharp with your setups that you're actually paying attention to what foot is forward. So a lot of like, if you look like high level judo, high level wrestlers, if I'm righty and I fight a righty, all his setups work, he's used to fighting righties. Most people are righty, correct? So most people are used to that stance. Now, if he's a lefty, I'm like, oh, a lot of my setups don't work anymore because I'm used to setting everything up when that leg's forward. So it's the same thing that happens boxing or even like baseball pitching. Is like the reason lefties are important is because people are not used to dealing with them. So if you start doing things in a different stance and then you get accustomed to this, you can mess people up because they're so used to the other side being forward. But there's not, I don't think there's a huge advantage for one versus the other. It's whatever you're comfortable with, and it's whatever you have put the reps in.
Would you say, do the judo guys teach it opposite of the wrestling guys usually? Which, like, the judo guys I know will say, lead with your strong arms so you can turn on the throw, and then the wrestlers will say, put your strong leg back, and then so you can push off of it. But I've had wrestlers say the exact opposite. So.
Yeah, and then like the other thing is like a lot of times wrestlers will like they're righty, right legs forward, and then that's why you see a lot of awkward MMA fights. Because wrestlers are learning how to strike, and then they gotta go on a striking stance, and they gotta have their power hand behind, right? And then that's why you see like a lot of like amateur level MMA, or like even guys in the UFC that like have a wrestler's face. You see them, they're striking, and they switch stance like, oh, that guy's gonna shoot. So you come into that kind of thing. But again, if you put in the reps in, it doesn't really matter.